Hello guys, welcome to Daily Current Affairs series. Today we will discuss about 14th August current affairs. Myself Sunny Sandeep. Welcome to our channel Gear Up for Group 1 exam. Let us discuss the today's important current affairs. The first one, that is transparent taxation and honoring the honest. Here Pradhan Mantri Narendra Modi ji launches a platform for transparent taxation and honoring the honest. If you see this platform, there are three categories in this platform. The first one, faceless assessments, and second one, faceless appeals, and taxpayers charter. These are the three categories under the this platform. Here once again I will tell: faceless assessment, faceless appeals, and taxpayers charter. If you see that any assessment or other than exception outside fearless faceless scheme will be invalid. Any assessment other than exception outside faceless scheme will be invalid. No intrusive and survey actions by field officers. Only investigation wing and TDS wing can after approval by the officer of the level of chief commissioner or above. Here these are the two important characteristics of this platform, that is transparent taxation and honoring the honest. If you see that first two platforms, that is faceless assessments and taxpayer charters, will affect from immediately, but faceless appeals will commence from September 25. Why? Because the birth anniversary of Deen Dayal Upadhyay. That's why here this platform plays a crucial role in a taxation. Next one, our Defense Minister, that is Rajnath Singh, has launched National Innovation and Indigenization Organization, that is NIIO, that is National Innovation and Indigenous Organization. What it will do? Here any categories are there under this organization. If you see one, it is a NIIO is a three-tiered organization. It consists of Naval Technology Acceleration Council, the first one, and the second one working group, and third one a technology development acceleration cell. Here this organization will consist of three categories and three-tier organization, that is NTAC, that is Naval Technology Acceleration Council, and after that working group is there. If you see that the third one, that is a technology development acceleration cell. Here what Naval Technology Acceleration will do, what it will do? Here it will bring together the twin aspects of innovation and indigenous and provide the apex level directives. Here first of all, here we have to concentrate on two topics, that is two aspects, that is first one innovation and indigenization. Here these aspects will play a crucial role in any country's or any nation's development. If you see that, say suppose you take vaccine for COVID-19. If suppose our Bharat Biotech is going to invent a vaccine for COVID-19, but if you see, first of all we have to invent a vaccine for COVID-19. That should be indigenous. That means it should be made and invented or made in India only. That's why it's like a two aspects are there. The first one innovation, and second one, that is a indigenization. If you use a vaccine made by Russia or a United Kingdom or any other country like China, it is not like indigenization. That's why it is like a used one. That means we are using that vaccine from other countries. Here that's why our defense minister Rajnath Singh is telling that we have to concentrate on first one innovation, at the same time indigenization also. Here what after that, there is a another organization, that is a working group under the TNTAC, that is it will implement what are the projects made by Naval Technology Acceleration Council. After that a technology development acceleration cell, TDAC, is created for induction of emerging technology, disruptive technology in an accelerated time frame. If suppose Navy has invented some any technology for our India, that technology development acceleration will see that in which time or what time we have to implement or what time we have to induct in our navy. That's why Here, naval innovation and indigenous organization will play these three crucial roles. It will give boost to our indigenization, at the same time innovation to our Indian Navy. Next one, United Arab Emirates and Israel establish a full diplomatic relations. Here, first of all, we have to know, here if you see that UAE is the third Arab country to open relations with Israel after Jordan and Egypt. That's why if we see that any other Arab countries like UAE, Saudi Arabia, Egypt and Jordan, or any some other countries, if you see that only three countries are having full diplomatic relations with Israel. They are United with this Egypt, Jordan, and third one, that is UAE. With this UAE, the third country is going to have good relations with, or diplomatic relations with, Israel. Here, what is the agreement? UAE and Israel plan to exchange business and ambassadors and begin a cooperation on a broad range of areas including tourism, education, healthcare, trade and security. Here, for any nation, these are the important characteristics, or these are the important aspects we have to understand. First one, tourism. After that, education, healthcare, trade and security. If you consider any two countries, they mostly put a relations between any other country like on these one only. But what they are, that is tourism, education, healthcare, trade and security. That's why UAE want to make a full diplomatic relations with Israel. Here, under this agreement, Israel would suspend its plans to annex parts of the West Bank. Here, Israel is a part of, Israel is going to annex the West Bank. That's why if you see that this agreement between UAE and Israel, now this Israel will stop the annexation of the West Bank. Here, the deal is a significant step towards building a more peaceful Middle East. That's why if you see that western part, Middle East and eastern part will consist of China and India, like Russia. If you see the Middle East countries, it consists of Scandinavian countries. If you see in western part, America and South America, it will consist. That's why if you make this deal as a fruitful, this deal will significant step towards building a more peaceful in a Middle East. Next one, GMCP. What is this GMCP? Greater Malay Connectivity Project. Here, Malay is the capital of Maldives. If you see that, an External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar has announced that India will fund the implementation of Greater Malay Connectivity Project, that is GMCP. Here, if you see that, it is a $500 million project, or it is a $500 million project. In this $500 million project, $400 million is in a form of line of credit and $100 million in a grant. Here we have to understand what is the line of credit and what is the grant. If you see that, grant means, suppose at a time we are giving $100 million to Maldives. Here, what is this line of credit? We know, I will explain with an example. You know about credit card. Credit card means that bank will give some amount, that bank will give some limit, that say suppose it's like it will give sometimes 50,000, it will give 1 lakh. If you have more salary, then they will give sometimes 2 lakhs also. Suppose I have a credit card of limit of 2 lakhs. If suppose I want to withdraw some 50,000 for my expenses or any healthcare emergencies, then I will use 2 lakh. From that 2 lakh fund, I will use 50,000 only. After that, I will repay that 50,000. If suppose I want a amount of another 1 lakh, that amount also I will withdraw from that one. Say suppose if 2 lakh limit is expired or 2 lakh limit is exhausted, then I have to pay the limit and I have to get the reback that limit. It is like this $400 million is like a line of credit. That means that our highest bank will give money, or it will give credit, it will give a limit to the $400 million to the Maldives. Whenever that Maldives or Malay will require that money, it will it will take from that limit and again it will repay that amount. It is like a line of credit. Here this Greater Malay Connectivity Project, that is GMCP, this is a 6.7 kilometer bridge project connecting the Malay with Gulfalfu Port and Tilasfushi industrial zones. Here these are the two ports and zones. It is a 6.7 kilometer bridge containing the connecting the Malay. It will, what is the help? It will help the revitalize and transform the Maldivian economy. If you see that for every nations, for any nation, economy is the most important. That's why if you make good relations with other countries like India, it will help the revitalize the and transform the Maldivian economy. With this we can conclude our video. Thanks for watching. Like, share and subscribe to my channel. Gear up for Group 1 exam. This is Sunny Sandeep signing out. Take care and bye bye.